Thank you for taking some time out of your schedule to watch this quick Citywalk Church update. I created this video specifically for people and churches that are partners with Citywalk or who are in the midst of seriously considering becoming a partner. It was just over a year ago that my wife and I, as I've told many of you on the phone, really began to feel God's specific burden to plant a church in Northern California. It was an area where we had been to many times because it's where my wife is from, and it's an area that we had prayed about and prayed for over 2 decades, and God really pressed on our hearts just over a year ago that we needed to do more than just pray. We needed to go and we needed to plant a church that would walk with people into a growing relationship with Jesus, whether they had been following him for 40 years or whether they were atheist, agnostic, skeptic, wherever they were on the journey of faith. That's what this church was going to be about. And so we began this journey just over a year ago, and now as I look at the calendar today on April 10th, we are 45 days from my kids getting out of school and us beginning the journey west to plant Citywalk Church. When we started this journey and really announced this publicly, we asked God to give us people that would pray, people that would go, and we asked God that he would give us partners to help us launch, financially healthy, so that we could really begin to minister in that area. Right now we have 5 families that have committed to go with us. Some are already in California. Some are in the midst of putting their house on the market. We have 3 other single people that are praying about going and 2 other families that also may join the team. We have a young man who's asked us if he could come, and he has a heart to plant churches, and he wants to intern with us for a year, help us launch Citywalk, and then we could help him plant another church. And so the team is really beginning to come together, and I know I've talked to many of you on the phone about that team. Well, God has, in his sovereignty, brought together a great team of people that would literally move all the way across the country because they have a vision to plant Citywalk Church. We asked God for partnerships. Over the past several months, I've talked to over 250 churches. We have about 35 that we are still in talks with, that many have come on board. Several others are in the midst of praying through that. And for us right now, we need to see 15 churches come on board between now and when we move. And so I know some of you have actually already come on board. Many of you are in the midst of considering and making those final decisions. And we're asking God for 15 more churches that would come on board and formally partner with Citywalk Church before we can move at the end of May. And really what's going to happen is over the next few weeks as we finalize these partnerships, it's going to allow us to make staffing decisions. It's going to allow us to make location decisions as far as where we can have the church, what space we can rent. It's also going to help us know what we can do in the community. We've already begun to talk to several areas of the community where we would like to partner this summer. We would like to serve the community. And so God is really beginning to work, and we're asking God to help us really finalize those partnerships so that we can move forward. And then as far as our family, we're in the midst of selling a home. We're in the midst of preparing our kids for this transition. And so we're asking God to sell our home in the next week, because on the 17th of this month, which is just a week and a day away, we're traveling to California. We have a realtor ready to show us homes, and we're asking God to sell our home in Florida before we go. And so a lot is happening. God is moving. It's neat to watch as God has already begun to connect us with some people in that area that are far from God, that have reached out to us and said, you know what? We don't go to church. We're not really church people, but we feel like we're supposed to be a part of Citywalk Church. And so we're excited about what God is doing. And I would ask you if you would continue to pray for our family. And if you are considering partnering with us, I would ask you to jump right in and be a partner with Citywalk Church. And here's what I promise you. The funds, the resources that you move towards helping Citywalk will go towards reaching people and walking with people into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. Thank you for taking some time out of your Tuesday morning to watch this update. If you have any questions for me, if there's anything I can do to serve you, please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you more. Thank you again, and have a great day.